So, hello, and welcome to this English Hangout. My name is Jessie. I am an English speaker in Canada, and my mission is to help English learners improve their accent, reduce their foreign accent, and speak more like a native English speaker. There are some people who like to just reduce their accent so that they're understandable. I also have followers that would like to develop a almost native or like a native American/Canadian accent. So I have all sorts of people who follow me. And if you're here live or in the replay, I would love to know, what country are you from? What is your first language? And what are sounds or words that you have trouble pronouncing? The reason why I'm asking is because it gives me ideas on which videos to create. And it also gives me ideas for my upcoming pronunciation and accent reduction membership. So I also have a question for you guys. I would love to know this question. If you're watching in the replay, please answer on YouTube. But I'm thinking of creating two different memberships or just one. And I would like to know, which one would you be more interested in joining? TikTok, I'll show you mine right away, like this board, but I'm just going to show it to YouTube. So the first one is a basic membership. It's very standard. There will be one Zoom call per month with me, where my group members in the membership can talk to me, ask questions, maybe do an accent workshop. That would probably be 10 to $25 per month. When I start, it'll probably be more like $10 a month. And then as the membership gets bigger, the pricing will go up. These are just ideas. I might change it, I might not. So give me your idea. Like, if you have any ideas, any advice, would you be interested? Yes or no? If not, why not? If so, why? Next is a membership that I'm considering creating. That is, in my opinion, the feedback and support membership. In my opinion, I feel like this will be one that helps support English learners a lot more. Why? Because I was hoping to have 2 to 4 lives, so Zoom calls per month, and then the replay will be played on the membership. But I also wanted this one to be an opportunity for my members to meet with me in a group setting, and I can analyze their accent. Because when we are trying to improve our pronunciation, our accent, there are a lot of things that we can do by ourselves, but there are limits, meaning you might think you're speaking like a native speaker, or you might know that you don't, but you're not really sure which sounds or what you're not doing correctly or what you're not saying correctly. And that's why I thought it could be nice to give them, you guys, whoever signs up, an opportunity for me to analyze their accent. So ideally, you'd be able to have your accent analyzed minimum at least one time per 3 months to see your progress and to get feedback and to learn what to work on. This one, however, it would be starting more at $20 per month, just because it does take a lot more time, a lot more energy. And eventually, as time goes by, as I have new members, I will be putting the price up to keep it more exclusive. And it might go up to, I don't know, maybe $50 per month. Again, these are just my thoughts. The prices also help me to pay for the program because, as you guys know, it costs money to create courses, to have a course platform. It even costs me money to have like Zoom and email marketing right now. So it covers the costs, and it also helps me to not have to go back to work when I become a mom. And yeah. Anyways, so vote down in the replay. I'm going to read the comments. And yeah, if you have any questions about the membership, please ask in my comment section in the replay of my YouTube video. So if you're on YouTube, if you're watching the replay, comment which one you think is best, and then join my email list, join my wait list. It's in the description, and I'd love to hear from you. So that's my little intro. I'm going to see my comments on YouTube. Then, if we have time, I will check out what's going on on TikTok. So ahoy, matey, how's it going? Hello, Vlados. It's going good. How are you? And I love that you're on my TikTok, but you are also on my YouTube. I'd love to know, can you hear better on TikTok or YouTube? My YouTube was really not so great with the sound quality, but I have a mic now. So this mic is connected to my YouTube Live. So hello. You like the second option. Right on. And Denise, you live in Spain, I think, hey? I think that's what you said. So how can we become a member? How we have to pay our membership and fee for the membership and feedback. So I have not yet created this course. Well, there's a course and then a membership. But I will have, actually, it might already be there. I have a wait list link sign up down below. So check the description of my YouTube or link in bio on TikTok, and you can see the join the wait list for the accent program, because I want to see that there's interest first. Because if nobody's interested, or if there's just like 2 or 5 people interested, I can't really justify creating this because I have to pay for the program, but I'm not making any money. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, so I'm creating a wait list, seeing who's interested, and then once I think about starting the course, I will let everyone on my wait list and my general email list know that it is starting. And then we'll see. If I have, at least like 20 or 30 signups, I will probably start the program. But it has to make sense for the amount of time. I'm hoping that makes sense. So you prefer YouTube. I'm glad. My mic. Thank you for the feedback. So you're very interested. Oh, okay, yeah. Sign up on the wait list down in the description, and I'm glad that you like my accent. It's more of a neutral Canadian slash American accent. It's not, I would not say it's regional. That's my opinion. All right, so I'm going to read my comments on TikTok really quickly. If you guys on YouTube have any questions, like how to pronounce something, does this sound okay? Does it not? Feel free to ask. We're here to hang out. I think it's probably going to be 30 minutes, a half an hour that we'll hang out, but there's times where it's been like an hour and a half. So feel free. Yes. So, um, are you a vocal coach? Oh yeah, I already answered that. What's the difference between general English and business English courses? So for me, I don't give traditional courses like, here's the materials, read it, do your homework. So I don't know if I'm the best person to answer, but I would say compare wherever you're going to buy the courses. Because general English, I think, would just be like, day-to-day conversation. Whereas business English courses, I would imagine, depending on who gives it, would be more directed and specialized in the business world. So business vocabulary, how to write emails and stuff like that. For me, I don't focus on like grammar. I do mention it sometimes, but I don't focus on structured lessons. I focus on working with English learners and giving them feedback on why don't they sound like a native English speaker, or why is it hard for them to be understood? Is it because they're making common English mistakes? Like, are they saying I have 25 years, or are they saying I am 25 years old? Right? So I look for common English mistakes, which makes it like beep, beep, beep. It shares with people that you don't speak English as a first language. And I listen for pronunciation. So usually whenever people book a session with me, which I'm not offering right now, but I will, join my email list if you want to be notified. But when I give conversational lessons, we're just kind of talking, having fun. It's casual. It might seem like we're not doing anything at first, but while we're talking, I'm listening and kind of analyzing what feedback can I give you at the end. I try to give feedback at the end of every session to let you know what you can work on. In the beginning, you might think, I don't think I make mistakes in English. Or you might be like, I don't know what the right way to say it is. But as we continue to have repeated practice, you start to realize, oh, that's my mistake. And then you'll start correcting yourself and being like, oh, I almost said this, but it's actually this. So that's kind of my approach. I'm more of an accent slash like conversational, like English coach, I guess. Thank you for the follow, Nanny. Congratulations. Or so what do you say to someone who's pregnant? Congratulations. Yeah. So congratulations. Thank you for following Queen Zarin. Said shh. RS says shh. Is that a sound that you struggle with? If so, tell me what is your first language? Because I have a little spreadsheet, an Excel sheet, because I am brainstorming on what kind of things I can create for you guys. What kind of videos? Philippines, Valerian, welcome. Hello. I don't know how to say hello in the Philippines. All I know is salamat. Salamat for being here. I'm from Lebanon, and my native language is Arabic. Arabic. I don't think I showed you the. You're right. Cavdi says I can't see it. We can't see it. I knew you couldn't see it at first. Let me switch the screen, but I meant to show you. There we go. So I asked people what they would be most interested in. So I'm thinking of creating, if people want to come, a membership on pronunciation and accent reduction. There are two different ideas that I'm brainstorming. I might do both. I might just choose one. One is the basic membership. This is just one live, so one Zoom call, like a group Zoom call per month. This might be question and answers. This might be a pronunciation workshop. This might be, I don't know. We'll see. Then that is, I'm guessing, I'm just kind of brainstorming here, but I think it would probably be more like $10 per month starting, and then as there's more members, 25. So when I launch it and I announce it, that's the time to get in. Because if you start at $10 per month, I want to give you $10 a month for the rest of your life, even if people come in and they have to pay 25. Okay, so I want to respect and honor people who choose to be a part of it first. Next, so that's option one. Option two, I just named it feedback and support membership. I feel like this would be more advantageous for people because you're getting feedback, you're getting support. And I think, like I've mentioned, you can improve your accent without a native speaker to a certain limit. But then I think there comes a time where it's important to have feedback from a native speaker. And that's why I wanted to create this one. And this one would be two to four lives, so Zooms per month. Depending on what you guys want, we can do question and answer periods. We could do accent analysis. We can do like weekly accent analysis if you just want to do that, where we get into a group and then I listen to your accent and I tell you what you could work on within the course. And then I'm guessing this one will probably start at $20 per month. Maybe 15 for those who want to be a part of the beta program. I don't know. I'm just kind of brainstorming here, but it might go up to like something like $50 per month or more, depending on what the interest is. And also, once I start having more and more members, I want to keep it exclusive, because if I keep it at $20 per month and I have like hundreds of people in it, maybe, I don't know, it might never happen, then my members are not getting the support that I want them to have. So let me know if there's one that you prefer. Yeah, the letters are reverse soups. All right. So, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but Zaniyeb, one live every Saturday, 1 hour or more. So I tried doing a live every Saturday for a bit, and it was about an hour, but I am kind of really, really tired. I'm pregnant and I just don't have energy at all. So I announce when I do a live. It tends to be every second week. So I might do a live every second week ish. So yes or no, maybe sometimes for June and maybe July. So if you want to be updated, tell me what's the best way for me to update you guys on lives. Is it to announce it on Facebook? Is it to announce it on TikTok? My email? 'Cause I'm really not good at announcing. So it's hard to speak another language fluently, especially when you're a grown man or a woman. Yeah. I mean, it's easier to learn when you're a child, but I don't think I don't think it's impossible, you know. Travis says, "Sup, Sam." Sup, fam? I want to learn English. I don't understand English. You sound like you understand English. Thanks for following it, Nazim. Good morning, King. King Tom. TikTok sounds amazing. Okay, I'm happy it is. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. In TikTok, where can we join, please? Join. You mean like the membership I talked about? If you want to, if you're interested, click the link in my bio and click join waitlist for accent program. Or if you want to be on my general list, my general email list, join email list. I announce everything on my email list. Well, if I send an email out to my wait list, I'll send it out to my general. All right. Hi, Alvin. Peter Place. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Zala. Thank you for following. What's the price of your classes? So I'm not offering classes. The membership I'm thinking of offering, I'll show you it again. I'm kind of like, I don't know how it's going to be. I feel like this is too cheap. But this is what the monthly membership would be. For the one-on-one lessons, I don't really do that right now. I probably won't do it again for like maybe a year, but we'll see. So I don't really want to give prices because in a year the prices are going to change. So they can. I like that name. Hello, teacher. When should I use in order to or for? That's such a good question. So, oh my gosh. So when you're doing something with the goal of something, so it's like, I am writing you in order to see if you're coming to the meeting. So I'm writing you to see if you're coming to the meeting. For, you couldn't really put for in there. It really depends on the context. I also have, sorry, because I kind of avoid usually grammar questions and when do you use this, when do you use that? Because as an English speaker, it's just naturally like I give people feedback when it doesn't sound right. I am creating a ChatGPT guide of how to give prompts to ChatGPT to ask them for, how to use this. So I would say ask ChatGPT, what is the difference between in order to and for? Please give me examples and reasons to use it in table format. That's what I would ask ChatGPT because even when you ask me as an English speaker, even if you asked an English teacher, there are always things that we forget to mention. You know what I mean? Because we're not supermen, not superwomen. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I feel like I'm kind of brushing off the question, but at the top of my head, I can't think of like a cut and dry explanation. So it's okay for me. I prefer Saturday classes. Or Saturday's class because I have time. Awesome. That's why I do Saturday because I think most people work Monday to Friday and in the time zones. There's so many time zones in the world. So your live session is like a class for me. I'm so glad to hear that. Feel free to ask questions. Also, YouTube. You guys are my priority because that's where the replay is. Do you include all realms? What do you mean? I'm glad you like my accent. So I know we have to make a choice in which realm or in which like membership or which like what you want to focus on. Okay, so how are you, teacher Jessie? I always laugh when people call me teacher. I don't feel like a teacher. How have you been lately? I have been really tired, sleepy. So tired, sleepy, exhausted. I teach you some vocabulary words. Yeah, so I have a lot going on. How have you been? How have you been, Alban? So I'm from Eritrea. Oh, I've never heard. I don't even know if I said that right. That's cool. Yeah. Bye, Alban. Thank you for following Mohammed. Ahmed. Hi again, ChatGPT. Yes. Oh, ChatGPT, it works automatically. It's like it's so fast. It takes like seconds. You ask it questions. In table format, I'm a really visual learner, so I love tables. I'm like, give me a table and show me the differences between hello, Adele. Um, what do you mean by saying what do you mean? I don't know. What do you mean? uh, Sadash asked a question. What does puff time mean? I would like context, please. I think if I was at work and my coworker says it's puff time, I would think it's like puff, like smoking time. But if you're at work and people have Mr. Puffs and they say it's puff time, maybe it's snack time. I don't know. It depends on the context. It's not clear without context for me. All right, Alexander. Thank you. Дякую for following. You've been well. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Good. Hi there, Kuka. So I'm up to date with my TikTok messages. I'm gonna check to see if anyone. Sorry, my mic. I have to keep it in front of my mouth. I hope you can hear me on YouTube. I'm gonna see if anyone on my Instagram is requesting any accent help. Because remember, if I'm live and you guys are on my email list and you message me the keyword, you can ask me to analyze your accent really quickly. I'm sorry, I don't speak Arabic. I just saw an Arabic message. Hi there, Kuka. Hi, Lion. Where are you from? Puff time. If I wrote it right for a kid, is it sleeping time? I don't know. Puff time. Maybe is puff like a snack that they eat, like Mr. Puffs or something? The keyword was shown in my email list. So join my email list. I will do it once in a while. I'm working a call center here in India and I will move on to Canada. So I will move to Canada, not move on to Canada. I will move to Canada next month. Welcome. On my YouTube, Learn English with Jess, I have a playlist on tips on how to save money when you move to Canada and other things to consider if you're moving to Canada. So let me know. Yes. Okay. Um, Zenib. Zen. I want to know how to say your name. Do you want me to analyze your accent? I see your message. If so, I'm going to ask you to tell me your name. Actually, I'll write right now. But do you want me to analyze your accent? If yes, I'll send you instructions by Instagram. Yeah, I'm talking to you. All right. Muzahar, are you on my email list? You need to be on my email list. Everyone needs to be on my email list. So I'm trying to get people on. Move on continues to continue to recover. Yeah, like if you're moving on, like let's say, I like how you said that, Alban. Let's say you break up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You're sad. Okay, life is hard. Um, and then it's been like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, maybe it's been a year. And your friend says, you need to move on. Like you need to turn the page. You need to continue in life and just like the world keeps turning. That's what it would be. So Mozahart, whoever is here, join my email list. I'll send another email within the next week or two talking about how to become one of my favorite Instagram followers. So you get priority. To be on my lives with accent help. I feel like I don't know where any of my stuff is right now. How do you get on my email list? On TikTok, you would go to my link in bio and it says join email list. Join email list. That's how you do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna send a message quickly. 1 second. All right, so I sent it to you. I sent a message by Instagram, so you'll see that I accepted it. Um, Zainab. So I said, "Do you want me to analyze your accent and give you feedback? If so, I will give you instructions." There we go. So I'm waiting for your reply on Instagram, and then I will give you instructions. All right. Next, let's check this out. When you break up with your love and then your friend says you have to move on, as you said, yeah, that's like the most common example. Like when you have like a something hard in life and then you kind of hold on to it and you're like, oh, my life's so hard, which is hard. Breakups are the worst. All right. Thank you for the follow, Joseph Landry. Hello, Alba. I know some Albas. Some Albas. Okay. I'm gonna put my mic down. I don't have a mic to be held up, so I'm gonna put my mic down. YouTube, you probably won't hear me for a bit because I'm just gonna type some instructions to friend. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So check your message. Send me a voice, 1 to 2 voice messages. Each of them are going to be like a maximum of 1 minute. I'm gonna listen to it. I might have to leave TikTok, but I'm going to try to do it on my laptops to keep TikTok here. Um, we'll see how that works. And then I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to see which sounds are difficult for you to pronounce, which will help you to know which of my videos to watch to improve. Um, yeah, you're on all of them. And then I will also listen and then repeat it as I would say it as a native speaker. I think this is important because one of the best ways to really like master that accent that you want, in my case, it's going to be an American/Canadian accent. It's important to listen to native speakers and parrot them, mimic them, shadow them. There's many words which basically means to like listen, like, oh, which sounds are they making? How are they saying it? And then repeating directly after them. So that's going to help. Let's see. Enséñame inglés, somebody says. ¿De dónde eres? ¿Eres de Cuba? ¿Es Cuba? Your flag. Is your flag Cuba? Sounds with R. Also, I don't have any supporters here, like financial supporters on Patreon or whatever. So they would normally be my priority to getting exclusive content. Um, but since I don't, I think I might start doing fun Zooms, like pronunciation workshops. I think I might create a free workshop or like practicing the R sound. So if you are interested, make sure you are on my email list. My email list, if you're on YouTube, email list, it's in the description. It says join email list. If you're on TikTok, click here, click my link in bio, click join email list. I want to get a bunch of English learners together, some who have mastered the R, some who so some who have mastered the R, some who have not, and then we can practice it and share tips and stuff to help each other. Yeah, free class. Yeah, because I don't have I don't have anybody on my other list. So yeah, it's a free class. So Spanish R, I knew that R would be difficult for Spanish. You know, it's really weird, Zanim, because I see you. I see you and I can see that you see my message. I know that there are some countries I found this with like Arab countries and like for example like India that people are unable to send like be able to connect on video, possibly send voice messages. So I find that really weird. I don't know if Instagram like shadow bans some people due to like different probably habitual activity. But Zenia, I'm sorry because you say I can't send you a message. Oh, it's okay. So if you say it's okay, I think you mean it works now, right? Or it's okay, don't worry about it. Because in English, we could say, oh, it's okay. Like, it's okay, don't worry about it. Forget it. But it's okay could also mean like, oh, it's okay. Like, it works. I'm going to wait a while to see. If I see your message come in, I'll know that it's okay. Thank you for following, Nana. Um, yes, it's really true, Alban says. Or yes, that's true. It's really important to imitate the sounds and intonation. Yes. Because when we are trying to improve our pronunciation, we tend if there's sounds that do not exist in our native language, when we speak English, we don't know how to properly pronounce it. So one is like to work on pronunciation, right? So let's say you speak French. If your first language is French. Oh, sorry. I just said that. If your first language is French, and let's say you're from Quebec, instead of saying this or teeth, I hear people say teat like with a T sound, or a D sound, the like duh instead of the. Where people who speak, for example, like French from France, I hear them say like z instead of like the instead of the, or this instead of this. Is it this? I'm trying to think what I don't work with a lot of people from France, but the main thing is that that sound does not exist in their language. So really working on that sound. But what I realized, hi Pedro, hello, um, is that sometimes people can have perfect pronunciation, but their intonation, so like the music of the way the rhythm is just not working. Like it's just not the same as English. So, for example, when I worked in a college with Quebecers, French Canadians, sometimes they would have perfect pronunciation, but their intonation, the way that they like the rhythm of their sentence was just like it was not like an English speaker. So you're like, this, I don't understand them or it doesn't sound right. So an example I give all the time is when they like list things. Instead of saying like, I went to the grocery store to buy some bananas, mangoes, and apple juice. They'll say, like, I went to the grocery store to get some bananas, some apple juice. You know, like it's more, and they're saying the sounds correctly sometimes, but it's just the intonation is, you know, and I'm not making fun of them. I just want to share with you what it sounds like. So for them, it sounds normal, most of them. But it's just like being able to realize that, oh, the rhythm is different. Hi, sister. How do you pronounce? Ooh, good question. I'm going to write this down. Um, Zenaib, I don't see your message on Instagram. I'm sorry if I'm not ignoring you. I'm actually on your page. So like on our chat. So if it's not working, I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. Okay, so I got a question. How do you pronounce this? Hi. This word. I pronounce it sure. Sure. Sure thing. Do you want to go there? Sure. But I do hear some like North Americans that will say sure or is it sure? I don't know. I think my dad says it like that. But I say sure. But you might hear sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no stress. No stress, Xenia. No stress. If it works out, cool. If it doesn't, no stress. Do you take private classes? Do I give? Dar, to give. Right now, no, I don't give private classes. I do like give group class. Well, I did group workshops. I do lives. Um, and when and if people join my Patreon to support me, to allow me to continue making videos, they do have special access to me. If there's less people, it's almost like private, but yeah, something to consider. So no, I don't give lessons right now. But if you join like my email list, I give updates. What's the most difficult letter to pronounce in English according to you, teacher Eldan? That's a good question. I would say it really depends on what your first language is. Because when there's all these sounds that exist in the world, when you're a baby, as you grow up, you start to subconsciously decide which sounds are important, which ones aren't. And then ones that, are not important, that do not exist in your first language, you just kind of you don't realize it anymore. What I mean is that if you speak, let's say, an Asian language, I'm sure there's exceptions. But for example, like Vietnamese, um, Japanese, Chinese, the sounds that don't exist for them, or that do, but there's like they both don't exist, is the R and the L. So for them, something that's gonna be really hard is L. So instead of hearing people say hello, you might hear them say hero with an R, row, instead of hello, hero. But for someone who is, I don't know, French speaker, sounds that are going to be the most difficult for them, at least what I've seen. The R, because we say r, and they say r, like jamais th, the, so the voice and the unvoiced. For the French, also the H. They just sometimes forget to put the H on places, or they pronounce it when it's not there. So it really depends on your first language. What sounds do not exist. All right, Pedro Suarez. Is it Suarez? I like that. What's your first language, Pedro? I want to say, like, is it Spanish? Might be Portuguese. Might also be Phil Tagalog. So I have difficulty to understand. I have difficulty understanding natives speak, but I know a lot of common words. Is this common? Instead of saying this is common, I would say, is this common? I love this question. Yes. I would say, depending on your level, yes. It is possible to, how do I say this? It is possible to have, how do I, it is possible to know a lot of words in English, know how they're pronounced, understand them individually. But I think the main problem is sometimes when words are put in a sentence, they sound differently, and it can be really confusing for English learners. I just did a video on this, actually. I just did one video of one sound. So for example, if, I'm gonna do this so TikTok can see. If a word ends in a D sound, the next word ends with or starts with a Y sound, it is going to make a j sound. Okay. I'm going to show you. And this is something I've experienced a lot when I was trying to master my French, because I thought I had a good French level, but once native speakers spoke, I was like, I don't understand what they're saying. Are they speaking too fast? Are they like, but sounds change when it's in a sentence sometimes. It's called connected speech. Okay. So for example, instead of saying, did you go? You can say, did you go? Very often, the d and the y sound will turn into j, j, j. So you'll hear, did you go? Did you go? And for people who have learned in the classroom, which is good, learn in a classroom, that's a good thing. For them, did you go is how it's supposed to be pronounced, is what they recognize. But when you hear, "Did you go?" You might even hear, "Did you go?" Like it might even turn into like, "Did you go? Did you go?" And that's really confusing for people who are unaware of connected speech. Check out my video. I have a playlist on YouTube, so you're already on YouTube. Learn English with Jess. Click playlists and then click connected speech and mimicking. I think it's connected speech and mimicking or parroting a native speaker because there are a lot of videos that I'll be showing you soon. Another thing, T plus Y turns into ch, ch. So if I could say, I want you to tell me, I'll say, I want you, chew, instead of you. I want you to tell me, right? And then if the only way you recognize it is I want you, you'd be like, what? I want you, right? So Pedro, very natural, very normal. And especially like we have sometimes sounds that disappear. Like instead of saying, I want to go, the to in connected speech will turn into to go instead of to go. So instead of saying to go, which you can, to go. Then the want, the T and the want might disappear. So instead of saying I want to, it'll turn into I wanna. So being able to learn these, like, I guess, learning how to develop an ear for this and to learn what people say instead of saying, I understand you. Sometimes people will say, did you notice how I said, I understand you? I understand you, but you might hear Jew. Instead of saying, I understand, someone might say, got ya, or gotcha, which means I got ya, like, or I got you, like, I understand, gotcha. It's not really a real word, but spoken, that's what it sounds like. It might be a real world word now. Yeah, so from Brazil. Good. I'm hoping that helps. Zig Ziglar. Hi, everyone. I'm new here. Hello and welcome, Zig Ziglar. By the way, my native language is Arabic. Zig Ziglar. Native language. Your native language is Arabic. Tell me what is. Oh, yes. Yep, I saw your message. I will answer right away. Tell me, Zig Ziglar, what sounds or words are difficult for you as an Arabic speaker? Same with you, Pedro, Portuguese. Which sounds are difficult for you? I'm going to read it after. Pedro, you're welcome. Obrigada for your question. Okay, so I haven't done this yet. I, I have a message. So you guys know I'm going to do a quick accent analysis. I have a very lovely lady, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures. Sending me a message. I'm going to be listening to it and giving a quick like analysis, which sounds don't quite sound like a native speaker. And then you guys will be able to hear that. I want to say quickly though, it's not bad to have an accent. Okay. I just want to be like, it's not bad. I think what a good goal would be is to be understandable. However, I know what it's like to have the desire to want to speak like a native speaker. Okay. So for me, English is my first language. I sound native. Second language for me is French. I want to sound like a native Quebecer. That's my goal. I'm not actively pursuing it. I've worked hard in the past, but I have a lot of work to do. For Spanish, that's my third language. I don't think I am too concerned about having a native like accent. So I'm okay with feeling exotic in Spanish. All right. So, um, I am so not sure if this is going to work. I don't know which part of my don't know where my mic is on my thing. Okay. I'm sorry, TikTok. TikTok, I think I'm gonna have to like get rid of you because I need this phone. I need this phone to do an accent analysis. So if you want to watch and listen, check out my YouTube. Learn English with Jess. I'm gonna write that down. Um, learn English with Jess. I wrote this down somewhere, but I just didn't bring it. Come on here if you want to join because I'm shutting my TikTok off so that I can open my I want to open my Instagram and I need that phone. That phone that you guys are on, I need it. Learn English with Jess. I'm gonna hold it up for 10 seconds. If you want to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. I'm going to end TikTok. Well, I'm gonna put the sign down in 10, 9, 8, 7. Come to YouTube. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you took us. I hope you wrote that down. So bye TikTok. I'm sorry, but we need Instagram right now. Okay, bye. Thank you for coming, guys. I had 1.4 thousand people that came to my live over the period. That's cool. All right, Zineb. Maybe I said your name correctly, maybe I didn't, but we are going to find out soon. I love this. I love doing this. Okay. Let's check this out. Okay, again, I'm going to share with you sounds that you might want to work on if you want to eliminate your accent. Accents are not bad. I'm excited. I'm excited to know how to actually say your name. So let's go.
I live in Madrid. Messi, I'm Zainab. I'm from Tunisia and I live in Madrid. I studied last year for 6 months English, and I want to improve my pronunciation. I'm working in logistics company. I'm responsible of French team. It's all for me. Thank you.
It's good. Woohoo! Well, I'm so I love it when people share this. So I love your courage. I'm gonna go sentence by sentence. All right. Love it. I love the courage it takes. I love that you speak 3 languages. So I'm going to I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but it's okay. I'm gonna listen to it again and I'm gonna write things word by word, like in a phrase, so you can repeat after me, a native speaker. All right.
Messi, I'm Zainab. I'm from Tunisia and I live in Madrid.
So hi Jesse, I'm Zenab. I think I said that right. So hi Jesse, I'm Zenab. When I put my hand out, you can repeat. Then your next sentence. I heard you say I live in Madrid. There's 2 things I want to bring to your attention. I think you have the Arabic R. So I'm going to get everyone to repeat after me. So r, 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 not r, r, because the Arabic, Spanish kind of are. So it's Madrid, Madrid. And you might actually say that because you live in Spain, but Madrid. Plus, I'm going to show you something. This is very common. I noticed this among Spanish speakers, but I did not realize this might be, this actually might be an Arabic thing too. So we have leave, leave, eh, live, eh, live. Okay, so live, leave, live. Right, so the eh. If you want to practice more, so if you want to practice more, and Pedro, want to. If you want to practice the E and the I sound, I will, after I post this, I will post in the description a um, pronunciation video for Spanish speakers. I know Spanish is not your first language, but so I live in Madrid. Repeat after me. I live in Madrid. Hello, Jesse. I live in Madrid. Ooh, another thing. Did you hear that? Pedro, this is another thing I talk about, I'll be talking about in a future video. DR, okay? Um, it kind of turns into a JR sound. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Madrid. Madrid. So, hi, Jesse. I live in Madrid. I live in Madrid. Madrid. Good. So, hi, Jesse. I live in Madrid. Let me know if you like this. I don't know if I wish. I wish I could find YouTubers that did this in French and Spanish for me. So I'm hoping this is helpful. Okay, now we're going to listen to the next part.
I studied last year for 6 months English, and
I'm just going to listen to that again.
I'm Zainab. I'm from Tunisia, and I live in Madrid. I studied last year for 6 months English, and I Tunisia, and I live in Madrid. I studied last year for 6 months English, and I want.
All right, I love it. I had to listen to it a few times to get it. Yeah. So there might be some mistakes here. I'm going to let anyone read this. If you think you know where the mistake is, mistakes, what the word order should be, let me know. I want to give you guys a good 20 seconds, 30 seconds to write down your guesses. And yeah, so I'll give you the 30 seconds. While I give you the 30 seconds, I'm going to explain this a little bit. It is not bad to make mistakes. When we first make mistakes, or like when we learn a language, we are going to make mistakes. In the beginning, we may not realize it's a mistake, but as we get corrected, as we get feedback, as we hear more English speakers speak, the more our ear is going to develop. So if there's anyone here that thinks they know what the word order should be, feel free to write it and answer in the comments. Can you guys hear when I scratch my mic? I need a mic stand. Okay. So I studied. Studied what? I studied. Oh, I don't know if I can. I can't really see. I'm going to keep everything in black. So I studied what? I studied English. I studied English for 6 months last year. Yep, so we're going to practice some intonation. Zig Ziglar, you can definitely listen to me, repeat. And if you ever want to be a part of, me analyzing your accent, join my email list. Do what I tell you to do. Send me the code word and you will be one of the priority people to get it done. So I studied. It's not English. Remember, we have the E and the I. This is something I hear a lot. So instead of it being like an E or an English, it's English. So I studied English for 6 months last year. I studied English for 6 months last year. I studied English for 6 months last year. Did you guys hear that? Last year. Last year. Yes, we talked about this just earlier. So it's actually, it turns into, or it doesn't have to, but very often it does in connected speech. Last year. Last cheer. Last cheer. Okay. Right? We talked about this, Pedro. So I studied English. I studied English, and then for, you know what it sounds like in connected speech? Kind of sounds like fur. Okay, like fur. Instead of for in connected speech, you might hear fur. So I studied English for 6 months last year. For 6 months last year. I studied English for 6 months last year. I studied English for 6 months last year. Feel free to watch the replay. This is about 56 seconds. I might make a clip out of this just so you guys can re-listen to this later. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over some comments. I don't want to ignore you guys. Ooh, lots of questions. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Hi, Harling. Harling did accent analysis last live. Hello. Hello. I will move to the USA. Yeah, so we say I will move to the USA. The USA. So you can say I will move to America. No the. So I will move to America, or I will move to the USA. But I'm afraid about that. That's okay. Watch my playlist. I have a playlist on YouTube. Tips for immigrants in Canada and the United States. And then I have Speak Like an American. So pronunciation and tips. Um, you think when we live in immersion we learn more? Generally speaking, yes. But I know a lot of people that have spent years, years in another language and don't speak it at all. So it takes courage, it takes practice. You know, it's important to practice because it's very easy to live somewhere and not speak the language. So hi RRR, and that's okay. I get nervous too. It's like an exam evaluation. It's like free feedback. It's fun. I love it. I love it. That's okay. I went for a little. Now you're back. Welcome back. How can I send voice messages? Um, are you on my email list, Pedro? Sign up for my email list. I'll give instructions. Yes. All right. So you need some intonation practice. We're doing it. We're practicing it here. And join my email list. Link in the link in description. It's join general email list, and you'll get updated. This is very natural. So you know the sounds and pronunciation, but the rhythm and intonation aspect is difficult. It takes practice. Good. Did you or DJ? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. And you're very welcome. I'm going to continue now. Let's continue. So again, I studied English for 6 months last year. I like this. This is fun. Do you guys like this? I'm starting to like this. Okay, we're going to listen to the rest.
To improve my pronunciation. I want to improve my pronunciation.
Just writing this down.
I'm working in logistics company. I'm responsible.
Okay, we're going to do this sentence and then I'll go to the next sentence. All right. So there's two different ways you can say this, but I'll say the standard way. So to, if you want to be fancy, you can say to. Usually in connected speech, English speakers do not realize this, but they'll say to improve. So I want to improve my pronunciation. Pronunciation. Shin. Pronunciation. Pronunciation. So I want to improve my pronunciation. I want to improve my pronunciation. What might happen, what happens very often. I've mentioned this before, but the T kind of disappears. And native speakers might say, I wanna. I wanna improve my pronunciation. I wanna improve my pronunciation. Or I want to improve my pronunciation. There we go. Let me know if you have questions. And then let's continue.
Responsible of in logistics company. I'm responsible of
Okay, sorry, I actually should erase my board before I start listening so I can keep up.
French pronunciation. I'm working in logistics company.
All right. First, we're going to talk about a mistake. So I'm going to share with everyone um, what I've written down. And you guys can tell me if you think you know what should be changed or what's missing. So I'm working in logistics company. Hmm. I'll give you 15 seconds, 5 seconds to read it, decide, and then type if there's anyone that wants to test their English, because this is a good way to actively, test yourself. So I'll tell you in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I almost forgot how to count. 1. All right. So I think in Arabic, you might not have articles. So you'd say, I'm working in a logistics company, or for, whatever, for or in. Mm, So I'm working in a logistics company. I feel like I want to say for. Yeah, I feel for feels better. Or like fur. I'm working for a logistics company. I'm working for a logistics company. Logistics company. Oh, I like how you said that. So should it be a or the? A. I'm working for a logistics company in general. It's just there's no specific one. However, if we already know, like if there's just one, or if we're being really specific, you could say, I'm working for the logistics company, like the company. You know which company, the company. Maybe there's only one, maybe they know, but you are speaking in a general sense, just like in general. En général, je travaille pour une compagnie. Pas la compagnie, or le. I think you speak French too. Like it's like just a company. Being general. So, great question. So, a company is general. Unless you've already talked about it, so you can say, the name of the company. I work for the company. Yeah, the company I just mentioned, it's specific, the company. But here, yeah, I'm working for a logistics company. I don't know if there should be a capital L. I should double check. All right. I'm going to take a little break as I erase this to answer a question. And that question is, I'm just gonna move my laptop before it gets too hot and starts on fire or something. Okay. Do you think that when we watch movies and series, it's better than when we watch English classes? Ah, this is a good question. I think it depends on your goal, depends on your English level. Um, I'm going to share with you what I think as a language learner. So, English is my first language, French is my second advanced level. Spanish is my second intermediate, or yeah, third language, sorry. And then Ukrainian is my lower one. I really believe in immersion and like real life experiences. listening to TV shows, listening to movies, changing my phone. I changed my phone to French, to Spanish, to Ukrainian to try to like immerse myself in the language. So I think when we're babies, when we're kids, we don't study grammar books. Your mom isn't like, all right, Pedro, today we're going to learn I am, you are. No, we hear the language, we practice, we get feedback. And I think that's the best way to learn a language. But I think there is a place and a time and a place where it is a really good idea to watch English classes. For me, I find it really boring language courses. Subject, I, you, he, she, like it's just boring for me. But for example, like I have informational videos, for example, like D and Y, would you turns into would you. Like I have English classes or English lessons that I think are helpful and will target your needs and what you need. So I think it depends. I think a good mix, asking yourself, what do you need? Do you want and need structured grammar courses? Do you need or want structured pronunciation courses? Like if you have a target, watch the classes. But I think it's also important, if not sometimes more important, to just immerse yourself, speak with people, get feedback. But I think structured instructional videos or classes are sometimes helpful. It's not a black and white answer, but I think it depends. Personally, I need to have fun. I need to be engaged and stimulated when I'm learning something. If I'm going to be watching a boring grammar explanation in French or Spanish, I'm sorry, but I probably won't learn. That's just my approach. That's why I teach the way I teach. All right, let's go. Let's do the end of the message.
I'm responsible of French team. It's all for me. Thank you. I'm working in logistics company. I'm responsible of French team. It's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. Um, hmm. I'm thinking because I think you're translating for French as well. But maybe not. Because in French we say je suis le responsable de quelque chose, right? So we wouldn't say I am a responsible of something. In English, we say to be responsible for something. Responsible. I'm trying to think. Sometimes when you learn more languages, it's hard to remember how things are spelled. For. I'm going to show you my thoughts and then how I would probably say it. Because there's multiple ways of saying that. Okay, so you said, I am a responsible of, oh my gosh, what did you say? I forget. The French team? Wait. Oh.
Working in logistics company. I'm responsible of French team.
Of French team. Okay, good. All right, so you said, I am a responsible. Like I said, it's a French thing to say. I translate everything for French. Yeah, that's perfect. Je suis le responsable could mean I am like the boss of. So you can say, yeah, I'm going to show you a bunch of ways to say it. The boss of. Okay, so you can say I am. We're going to get rid of a responsible. So you can say I am the boss of the French team. Let's get rid of that. So I am the boss of the French team. I am the boss of the French team. However, I think it might be best to say in charge of. So in charge of means that like You probably are the boss, you direct everything. So I would say, I am in charge of the French team. I'm in charge of the French team. I am in charge of the French team. I am in charge of the French team. I'm in charge of the French team. Or you can say to be responsible for something. So if it's like something that you are responsible for, trying to think of the best thing or the best way to say it, but like when it's your job to take care of something. Yes, team leader, le chef d'équipe, right? Yeah, so I am the team leader of the French team. I am the team leader of the French team. Okay, I like that you said that. Yeah, so I'm the team leader of the French team. There we go. That sounds best to me. There we go. Chef d'équipe. Yeah. All right. So that's good. If you want to come back and watch this, like the replay, you can practice with me again. This is fun. Did you like it? I'm hoping I was not too scary because I know you were nervous, which is normal. It's really normal to be nervous. Does anyone have any questions? Questions about pronunciation, intonation? Is there a sentence you would like me to say because I am finished with the Instagram message? And thank you for your courage for coming on and letting me evaluate your accent because it helps people, right? It does. Yeah. I'm in charge of the French team. Mhm. I'm in charge of the French team. Good, good, good. So it has been an hour and 11 minutes. I'm happy. So thank you for showing up, coming. Let me know, maybe in the replay or whatever. I don't know how to let you guys know when I actually do lives. I'm really bad at announcing that, but I will probably do another live probably in 2 weeks, probably in two Saturdays. So keep your eyes open. I will probably announce it on Facebook. I'll try to announce it on TikTok. I should announce it in my newsletter. I should, because then I can let you guys know how to get accent analysis through Instagram. So check your emails, join my email list, and yeah, I'm so happy you like the experience. I'm so happy to help. So thank you. Shukran. Obrigada. Gracias. And merci. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming and watch my other videos. I have a lot of playlists. Take care. Bye.